Okay, good evening, everyone. We are going to call the Environmental Services Utility Board meeting for Monday, September 15th, 2025 to order. At this time, we'll begin with roll call.
Mayor Curtis.
Present.
Alderwoman Lewis. Here. Alderman Prude. Alderman Barron. Here. Alderman Osinga.
Present.
Alderwoman Swanson.
Here.
Alderwoman Johnson.
Here.
Alderman Jones.
Present.
Clerk Gall.
Here.
8 present, 1 absent.
We do have a quorum. Next, we'll move on to item 3. Is there a motion to approve the minutes from August 18th, 2025?
So moved, Mayor Curtis.
We have a motion from Alderman Osinga. Is there a second?
A second.
We have a second from Alderwoman Johnson. Is there any questions, comments, changes, or additions? Roll call.
Alderwoman Lewis.
Aye.
Alderman Barron.
Aye.
Alderman Osinga.
Aye.
Alderwoman Swanson.
Aye.
Alderwoman Johnson.
Aye.
Alderman Jones.
Aye.
Clerk Gall.
Aye.
7 aye, 1 absent.
The minutes for August 18th, 2025 are approved. Next, we're going to move on to item 4. Is there a motion to approve the bills from ESU for September 15th in the amount of $638,912.96, along with the bills from September 2nd in the amount of $449,829.14, for a total of $1,088,742.10.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion from Alderwoman Swanson. Is there a second?
Second.
We have a second from Alderman Osinga. Is there any questions or comments regarding the ESU bills?
I do have one.
Alderman Osinga.
Check 3983, it says Gas Boda and Associates pump rebuild for $10,000 almost, down towards the bottom.
I will, yes. Superintendent, you want to talk about the rebuild?
Yeah, that was for the pump at lift station 500 that was destroyed from some jail debris. That was to rebuild it and get it back into running shape.
Okay, thank you.
I have one question.
Alderwoman Swanson.
Check number 36866, EJ Equipment, mower repair for $12,825.91.
Yes, I'm going to defer that over to DPW. That was a check that I don't know if Elizabeth reached out to you today or not, but go ahead.
So every spring we rent a boom mower from E&J Equipment. It's to get overgrowth, and when we're using, a lot of things are hidden, and we hit something in a metal piece of rebar or something in the ground, and it kicked one of the blades off, and it damaged the plate, so they had to replace it. It was a rental, so we actually have it submitted to the insurance. So we're going to hopefully get reimbursed for that.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Roll call.
Alderwoman Lewis. Alderman Barron.
Aye, but I abstain as to check 36859 to Barron Hewitt Oil, 36870 to Gordon Electric Supply, 36877 to Joe's Automotive, 36878 to Kankakee Ace Hardware, 36892 to PSI Construction, 3984 to Gordon Electric, and 3986 to Piggish Engineering to avoid a potential conflict.
Alderman Osinga.
Aye.
Alderwoman Swanson.
Aye.
Alderwoman Johnson.
Aye.
Alderman Jones.
Aye.
Clerk Gall.
Aye, but I would like to abstain from check 3986.
7 aye, 1 absent.
Bills for the month of September are approved. We'll now move into our reports and begin with monthly activity. We'll start with the ESU Street and Alley Report. Mr. Lopez?
Good evening. Everything's pretty much in your report. We have cleaned out the emulsion tank, the big tank that holds the 1,000 gallons. The asphalt crew is actually using the emulsion to spray before they actually lay the hot asphalt. They're doing about 80 tons a week, which is really good. They're grinding anywhere from 20 tons a day, and then going back the next day and doing it. So they're doing a really good job. They open anywhere from between 25 to 30 tons a day. And so they're doing a great job. We will be starting leaf pickup next month. I'm thinking October 13th, I think is the Monday. So that'll be starting the middle of next month. We actually, if you know anybody that's looking for a seasonal job, we have it posted right now. So please have them get a hold of Asia down at HR.
James, can I ask a question? Is seasonal help required, do you have CDL required for that too?
No, no CDL. They'll just be a laborer helping the crews rake leaves, doing miscellaneous things until the leaves fall harder,
Okay.
cleaning up empty lots, just stuff like that until we get going.
Alderman Jones?
What's going to be the pay on that?
I'm not sure on that real quick. I think it's 17.
Okay.
I think that's
It
what it
was
says.
posted today.
Yeah.
I'm looking here, yeah.
I didn't look at it, but
Let me look real quick.
It said 17.
Go ahead and, if,
That's all I have. I'll have more a little later.
yes, the hourly rate is $17 an hour, Alderman.
okay.
Posted rate for the seasonal help.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Mr. Lopez? Okay. At this time, we will move on to the Utility Services Report and Superintendent Newton.
Thank you, Mayor. It had a pretty routine month as far as area cleaning and televising go. Lift stations, everything's working the way it should be, which is nice. We got the situation at Mantino, we got that, I don't want to say under control, but we're maintaining. Still fighting a lot of grease issues there. Made some good progress on construction this month. Hopefully that's winding down for the season. Hopefully we won't have many more sinkholes to deal with. Still televising Basin 9, and I did include a dashboard screenshot of Basin 9 in the packet that you can kind of take a look at. The nice thing about that is as we televise these lines, they get added to our dashboard, and you can kind of see the issues, the situations that we run across. And the other thing that is neat about that too is we can plot the service laterals as they come into our system. Remember, that's one thing that we're mandated to do by CMOM, is to figure out where all of the inflows into our system are. So that is a pretty big task. As you can imagine, we probably have 10,000 or so structures in the city that are contributing to our system. So plotting that is taking some time, but it's nice to see that progress being made and getting that plotted on the map. The other thing I guess I want to bring your attention to is on Friday, we came across a suspected illicit discharge. A crew member noticed that there was some odd-looking liquid in a ditch that was on Eastgate Industrial. So we took a look, lab came and grabbed some samples, couldn't really tell what it is. We sent some off for sample. We had Turnkey come, they took some samples, couldn't really make a determination. Didn't have any odor, it was just a weird kind of dark reddish purple color. But they went ahead and cleaned it up, and they disposed of it properly. We made the proper reports to the proper authorities, but just kind of frustrating. Something that we'll have to pay for the cleanup, but definitely didn't put it there. But we're still investigating, trying to determine what we can of the situation. Other than that, I guess, real quick on tech services, they're still out there doing intersection inspections and busy relamping different lights that need it in downtown area especially, and fixing bad feeds that have some lights out. So bear with us, we'll get everything back on.
Alderwoman Swanson?
Just have noticed, like in the past month, a few times going down Kennedy Drive, that the lift station still has a lot of odor coming from it.
Yeah.
Do we have a situation there?
No, nothing really too out of the ordinary, I'd say. We are keeping an eye on it. We are kind of aware of it, trying to see if there's some sort of pattern to it. I kind of think there might be, and just keeping in touch with the industries where we suspect it might be coming from.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? I will say, to add to it, the issues with the Mantino Industries, we do have some meetings set up between lab, superintendent, myself, and city manager to meet with each of them to basically talk about, the fats, oils, and greases that are coming out of there and what we need to do to prevent this problem that we've had going forward. So those meetings, I think at least 2 or 3 are scheduled, I believe, and upcoming here. So we'll keep you abreast of what comes of those. Alderman Barron.
Zach, the superintendent, the discharge that you mentioned, is that within the public right-of-way? That's in our lines or around our lines?
We traced it back to it being in our storm system. So we have a couple storm lines out there, and it looks like someone popped a lid on a storm manhole and dumped something in, and it worked its way through the system, and where it discharged out where we could see it.
Okay.
We are using some cameras that are in that area, and they're backtracking, and I do have an update for you on that, Zach, I'll let you know, but they still have not found, we don't exactly know when it happened until they found it, so they're researching, going backwards, trying to figure out when this happened and who it might be that, maybe try and catch them on camera, see when they were dumping, so maybe catch the vehicle or the type or the contractor or whatever it might be. Any other questions for Superintendent? Okay, thank you. Next, we will move on to Lab Services Report. Mr. McGinnis?
Thank you, Mayor. There's not too much to add for the month of August. We had a pretty routine month in the lab. We did submit our DMR QA testing. That's our annual proficiency testing. Still have yet to hear back on the results for that. So once I hear back, I'll update you guys. To add to what Superintendent Newton said about the discharge, we did take some samples. We're still going to wait on some results for that, so that'll be a while. We sent some of those off, so we'll wait for results for that to see if we can maybe pinpoint a little closer, but maybe just try to get to the bottom of that. We've got Kensing, one of our largest industries. They're going into shutdown for some maintenance activities over the next month and a half. So I would expect a little bit lower flow. We're trying to, as you're predicting revenues there. And then, as Mayor said, we're working with those Mantino Industries to try to nail down exactly what's going on with those fats, oils, and greases and how we can work together to get those to be reduced or stopped fully. So.
Any questions for Lab? Feel like we kind of kept you guys jumping a little bit more than normal with day-to-day activities with all these other issues and problems, but they've stepped up pretty well and made sure that they're helping sample and everything that we need to know so that we can keep the industries doing what they're supposed to be doing, so. Okay, thank you, sir. With that, we'll move on to item 5B, financials, and we'll turn it over to Assistant Comptroller.
Thank you. As the report you have before you says, we're 4 months into our fiscal year. Our year-to-date expenses are about 27%, 6.606% lower than anticipated, while our year-to-date revenues are at 33.7%, or just 0.32 above the projected year-to-date amount. Moving on to the revenue, I want to talk about revenues just for a second. page. Oh, wrong way. Just wanted to point out that we have not gotten our billing yet from Aqua, so we took a 3-month average for the revenues that come from that particular area. As to industrial, it's an average as well of 3 months, plus the actual numbers that Ryan did get from our 3 largest suppliers. Want to point out we have a new revenue item, interest income. We converted one of the bond reserve account to a money market account, so should be seeing some good proceeds on that over the course of the year. I'm going to talk about expenses next. On page 2, we have our graphs of the ESU wages and benefits, and as you have surmised, that August is a 3-month pay periods that we have, and in addition to that, we had our annual raises kick in, retro to 5/1 that were approved. So that's why that number's up higher. And a little bit of overtime as well related to the Mantino blocking the overflow, et cetera. Let's see. As to other expenses, nothing really new. We spent a little bit more money on replacement parts because they had purchased sewer dye to work on the problem. We had a hefty charge on vehicle maintenance and repair in the tech services department for the bucket truck, which I think we discussed that already. And something else to point out would be under equipment services, the bulk of the main contract under equipment services there with Perk and Elmer, it just went through. So that was the 22 grand of the 25 we budgeted. Other than that, that's all I have. Any questions?
Any questions for financial? Okay, thank you. Next, we're going to move on to old business. We'll start, we have one item under old business, that is the hydro plant. Is there anything that you can update there, Superintendent, or pretty status quo right now?
So this Thursday, the plan is to go out to bid for the water pump for the hydro for the turbines. So we hope that goes well, and we expect to have something to bring back to ESU on the meeting for October. Also had really good, productive conversations with IMEG regarding our high voltage gear that's down at Karma. They are currently working on a proposal for us to upgrade that gear down there. So I'm hoping to have that later this week, maybe early next week, and have more to share with you all about that for the next ESU meeting as well.
Any questions regarding hydro? Okay. We have, under new business, we have no action items, but we did want to talk about a couple things. Discussion regarding the DPW equipment and vehicles. I'm going to turn this over to, do you want, James? You want Mr. Lopez? So part of what he's going to go over right now is, if you remember, we budgeted for vehicles, plus also used vehicles, plus also the purchase of a new, was it a single axle or a single axle? I call them dump trucks. I don't know what
They're dump trucks, yeah.
Dump trucks, when it comes available. There's been some other items that have come up, so Mr. Lopez has put together kind of a priority of where he thinks we may need to go and maybe potentially alter what we purchase and not purchase. And so if you want to move forward, what we've done, what you're thinking, and what you're proposing, so.
So, yes, we've already received one truck from Kankakee truck. It was already done. We took our old box off the one that blew the motor, and that second truck is being built. So when that one's done, we'll get that, we'll purchase that one. I was supposed to go down to Champaign today, but the truck that I wanted to go see wasn't done. It is done now. We will be driving up there on Wednesday to go look at two of the trucks, and those are part of the money that was already allocated for the purchase of the 4 used ones. I spoke with the gentleman today. We actually got to save $1,000 per truck. It went from 49 to 48. So that helps out. So we're going to drive down there Wednesday to look at those. And this would be the same company that I would purchase the new vehicle from, but with unforeseen breakdowns, I'm asking that we consider taking that money that's already been budgeted to purchase the truck and do something else with it. Because right now, we have 2 aging excavators. One is a constant repair to the point now that it's not moving. Even if we do get it fixed, it's a $25,000 to fix the track because it's really loose. The other one is, the older of the 2 is a little smaller, but it's about a $7,000 repair to keep, but it's aging and it's on its last leg, but it would be a spare if we need it. So I've done some research. We can purchase a used excavator for about $95,000 delivered from Michigan. I'm dealing with Alta, who we purchased the 2 Volvos from. So this would be another Volvo, so we would have the same brand and the same mechanics coming in and working on all the piece of equipment we have. But also, we could use a new street sweeper, a used one. I'm doing some research on those. I haven't got back numbers, but we would be trading in a old Pelican that's a 2003, but also we purchased a vacuum last year, so we were thinking that maybe we would trade in one of those as well to get more money to purchase something nicer. Use the money and trade in the vac plus the sweeper and get something a little bit newer. And then what was ever left over, we could purchase another truck from either Kankakee Truck or Rush to help with the vehicles. So.
One of the big concerns you also mentioned with the excavator is that's what we use for
Yes.
small demos.
Yeah, we
Right
use
now,
that
we
for small demos,
we
so
couldn't
the
do any
excavator-
demos at this point right now.
Yeah, the excavator is a big part of our operation. We use that every day, just like we do the end loaders. Right now, the brush dump is at a standstill. We can't do anything over there, and we continue to pick up brush and cut and trim trees daily. So with that piece of equipment being down, we're at a standstill there. So that's top priority for us right now. You know, and a brand new one's like $250,000. But, you know, if we can get a used one with about 2,500 hours and we only put about 600 hours on them a year, you know, that would work out great.
So we wanted to bring this before this committee today. Basically, some things have kind of broken over the last 30 days, or getting to the point of some concerns, is we're still going to get the 4 used dump trucks, but then instead of buying a brand new one for a 5th one, and that was about 200 and some
It was like
thousand.
250, I think we
Yeah,
budgeted.
budgeted for that. We would go, and instead of getting a new one of those, we would push that off, try to get the excavator, street sweeper, and potentially another used truck, and reallocate that money that way and get some more things that are needed immediately. We want to bring it to committee. Mr. Lopez, they're still working on numbers as they're searching and looking, but we want to bring it up and see, does anyone have a problem with going that direction? Are you comfortable with DPW doing what they need to do and trying to stretch the dollar bill a little bit and pushing off a new vehicle till the future? So, Alderwoman Johnson.
Sorry, the new one didn't we order it?
No,
Do we have something on order?
no.
When they make them, they become available, and we're in a waiting list. So we have an option to purchase or an option to move on. Then we lose our place in line and get back in line.
Even if we were in, had an order, they go so fast that we could get out of it, but we're not committed to anything. We didn't sign anything.
Okay.
So we were just waiting to see, when their lead time was and stuff like that to do. So I'm kind of glad we did wait, because we could really use this excavator, because like I said, the brush dump is at a standstill. There's no brush, there's no mulching, there's no nothing out there. You can't do the demos, nothing.
Alderwoman Swanson.
The only question I really have, I have no problem with any of it, but is getting rid of that other vacuum, is that going to put you guys in a tight position?
No, if we actually went that route and we had another good street sweeper, it helps out a lot too. If you could run 3 every day, because we can't run the third one right now because it's loud and dusty and it's just sitting there. So it would help. But also, with all the tree work that Frank's team's doing with tree removal, we're finding that there's a little less leaves.
So are you, do you have another vacuum?
Yeah, we have 4.
You have 4.
We actually have
Okay.
5 vacuums.
All right, so you
So we
would
would,
just be getting
we would
rid
just
of,
go back down to 4.
okay,
And then we would use our inloaders, which we have 3 decent, well, we have 2 brand-new inloaders and 1 really decent one that that's also part of our leaf pickup.
okay.
So-
Thank you.
We would not stop servicing the residents in a timely manner with leaves.
Okay.
We did that.
What's a ballpark number for the trade-in that you're thinking? if we
I'm
do it?
thinking if we got, I'm speaking with Mike, if we get rid of the one that we just purchased for $36,000, I think we could sell it for $45,000. And it's smaller than our other ones. So I'm working with Mike O'Connor on that, and he hasn't given me anywhere between 40 and 45. That's what we're shooting at, right? So we bought it for 36, we're anywhere between 40 and 45. And then we don't know what the trade-in, because it's a 2003. So,
Alderwoman Johnson?
Does our excavator have any value?
I actually just got a trade-in value from a company that we use. They told us they would give us $15,000 for both, but we have to get the code off the one, which we're having problems. So it's got, this one has an emission problem. So the emission goes out and then it stops, right? When they purchased this one, it was the first year that this was part of the emissions, so they had to use DEF and all that stuff to keep stuff from burning cleaner and stuff like that. And what's it cost us every time they come?
The
The McCann's?
mechanic to clear the code is roughly $400 or $500 each time. And it's literally just the press of a button.
I'm not kidding, they come, they hit the button, they use it for 2 hours, and it comes back on, and it stops. So, we're about $15,000 for the trade-in, but I believe that we can get the older one to have as a spare, as we have 2, for about $7,000, we can fix it. But it's one of those where, do we put $7,000 into something, or do we take that money and put it towards something newer?
Alderman Marzak?
I think, an excavator that's reliable, it's a critical piece of equipment for, if we need to do an emergency demo, you got the equipment, but not only that, out at the wood pile, I think that needs to keep moving, otherwise, we're going to end up in a pickle. But has there been any thoughts about that sweeper that I'd mentioned? It had it's a nice Elgin, looked pretty clean. It actually had a dustless or waterless feature with the curtain all the way around it, so you actually could extend the system or the season.
I did not look into that.
I've actually reached out to the mayor up there.
Okay.
Ask him about, I know him pretty well, just to make sure why they're getting rid of it and what's
Right.
happening with it, just, he'll level with me, so.
Yeah, it looked like a pretty nice,
Yeah.
clean, but just looks don't mean everything.
That's on me, just asking friend to friend, are we okay?
And of course, we send our mechanics to go look at
And
it.
then we would send them up to look at it, so. Alderman Osinga?
So is this just information, or are they looking for a motion?
No, this is information only, because we don't have numbers, but I just wanted, we're going down this path, I wanted to make sure that the committee didn't think
Okay.
that they're adamant, that they're okay with us bypassing on the new purchase and getting 3 or 4 items in exchange for purchasing a new
Okay.
dump truck.
All right, thank you.
Okay, if everyone doesn't, we're going to continue down this path then, and we'll probably bring some, if the committee's okay with it and some things pop up, we'd probably come to city council with a resolution or some things to authorize it, so. We may come back to the issue, or we may act at the next city meeting in October and bring some resolutions to you for purchases.
Thank you.
Next item is Mantino Force Main Access. Mr. Newton, Superintendent Newton?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. Yeah, I just wanted to discuss some different options that we have regarding the Mantino Force Main. So in the emergency, we did expose the force main in a couple of areas. And so we have the option to kind of make an access point in a couple different areas. And I just wanted to run this by the committee here and my reasoning behind preferring certain options over others. So the initial thought is that we could provide access that would give us an access point where we could actually jet from and clean the force main going south under that creek, Soldier Creek, that's kind of by the interstate and North Street. That is where we seem to have had the problem this time. And so it's a pretty important area in that force main because of the set that goes under the creek and how it dips down and kind of goes back up. It seems like that could be a problem area considering the grease problems that we're having. The only drawback to that, and it's a considerable drawback, is to fully clean that line in that way, we would need to shut off access to the flow. It's a big line, it's a lot of flow, and it's a considerable amount of money. And so I hesitate because I'm not sure that it's the best use of our money. I think that if we remember, we've had this force main for a few decades now, and really only in the last 3 years we've had this grease problem. So what I think is a better approach is to maybe provide a manhole structure at that North Street area that would let us still have an air relief valve there. With that air relief valve, it'll give us a quick indication if we're having trouble in that section of force main that's under the creek. But we can still, because we've proven that we can jet from the other side by Acme and reach that. So we've proven that we can still clean that line without the access point at North Street. But I think that adding some aeration to the wet well at Mantino would be a better use of our funds. That would, it would break up the grease, it wouldn't be so thick, number one. Number two, it creates an environment that's beneficial for bacteria that like to eat the grease to thrive, and they could really have a field day in that lift station. So I think that would go a long way to alleviating that problem. And then the other point to that is, as the mayor said, we have to have a conversation with these industries. They've got to do their part. They've got to implement pretreatment for the ones that don't have it, and the ones that do have to ensure that it's always working properly. Because keep in mind, technically fog, fats, oils, and greases is a prohibited discharge, and for good reason, because it creates massive problems like we've seen. So I don't anticipate the manhole structure or adding that aeration system to the wet well in Mantino to be over the bid amount. I don't have exact numbers right now. I'm still working with Ryan on the aeration and with the sewer crew on the manhole structure. But again, I don't expect that to be over the bid amount, but I just wanted to discuss it here in case there's any questions about which way I want to move on this.
A lot to digest, but superintendent's trying to be the most practical with the money, but also providing a little bit more of an easier way to deal with the situation if it happens again, because last time, as it was reported before, we had 5 days, a lot of overtime, significant dollars. We're probably at about 123,000 something when we're all said and done for that repair. We'll be discussing about potential reimbursement on that once we have these meetings, and we'll see where it goes. But the reality is we don't think it'll happen again, but if it does, we need to be prepared for it, but without spending a whole lot of dollars if we don't have to, so. All right. We do not have a need for an executive session tonight. Is there anything for the good of the order from the committee? Okay, it is now 6:37. Is there a motion to adjourn? We have a motion from Alderwoman Lewis. Is there a second?
Second.
We have a second from Alderman Jones. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. We'll see everybody in a little bit. Thank you.